Are you addicted to negativity? Are you always looking at the bad side of things? Do you always think things can go wrong? Have you accepted the fact that you are a loser? Have you accepted the fact that women don't like you or find you attractive? Well, if you have answered yes to one of these questions and not all of them, this podcast is totally for you. This is Jak'd episode 20-something. I don't know right now because I'm not looking. And it's going to be called, the topic is going to be addicted to negativity or negative addiction, whatever you want to call it. And that's what we're going to be talking about. That's what I'm going to be talking about for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. I realize, not just in the MGTOW community, but in life in general, you can't relate to certain people. You can't talk to certain people because either they've had it better than you or they just refuse to accept reality. And because of that, I would say not all MGTOW guys, or whatever you want to call it, red pill, black pill, whatever you consider yourself, not all of us are the same. There's many different guys. There's a few guys who comment on my videos and they say, I fuck 60 girls, bro. I'm not MGTOW and I never had trouble getting laid and stuff and all that, jazz. And of course, there's guys like me who have failed like crazy and just decided to give up. But you can't talk. It would be like if I talked to Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio was a child actor. He's probably been fucking since he was like 10 or 12 years old. And Derek Jeter, guys like that. And that would be like me talking to them about not getting laid. And they're like, yeah, bro, pussy is kind of like overrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fun at the beginning, but getting laid, it's overrated, bro. And you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Now, of course, now in my 30s, getting laid was like, I thought getting laid was like important in my 20s. I think we all did. And then as you get older, you realize you were chasing women and you're wasting a lot of time. And you mature a little bit. You realize that, hey, it just doesn't matter. Women, even a few times I did get laid was with women I really didn't even want to be in bed with, and that explains why my dick couldn't even get hard that much for them, because I just wasn't into them, and they probably weren't even into me, but they probably just had low self-esteem, and they were like, all right, I just want to have sex to feel something. But you can't talk to guys like that. You can't forget about celebrities, even regular guys who are just, who get laid. You can't talk to them and be like, oh yeah, man. Yeah, getting laid's overrated. Like, it's not as important as it was, because I realized that, when I had my one night stand, I told that story before, I thought it was going to be some magical moment. This magic moment. I thought it was going to be like this, because and then I realized it was fun. I'm glad it happened. It was so random. I had a story to tell, but I didn't feel anything. I thought I was going to feel like, it was just meaningless sex, but I thought I was going to feel like incredible. Like, I finally got laid doing pickup. I figured it out, but it was just luck. This girl just wanted to go home with somebody. It was last minute. She saw me, and there it was. But Andre Iguodala, for those who don't know, he used to play for the Sixers. I think he was he was one of the slam dunk competitions. I don't know if he won. I don't think he won. He got robbed by Blake Griffin. But the reason why I'm bringing him up, he's a professional basketball player. He makes about 12, 14, 18 million a year. And he recently said in an interview somewhere that money is overrated. This guy makes millions of dollars. 10, 12, 14, $18 million a fucking year. And he's going to say, yeah, man, money's overrated. So you can't, when people have stuff, they can't relate to you. They can't. It's just, you can't talk to a guy who, just like the guy I talk about on my show. I don't know his name. I call him Cheng. He's 6'5", Asian bouncer, half Asian, half white. Women find this guy attractive, and I try not to go to his bar. He doesn't own the bar; he's just a bouncer there. But I try not to go to this place. I only go once a month, because every time I see him, it's the same thing. Yo, there's some girls in there. I think you can do it, man. You can go home with something. I'm the same as you. And I told him, I said, dude, we're not the same guy. Women find you attractive. Women look at you. Women respond to you. They want nothing to do with me. We're not the same guy. And, oh, you're so negative. I wish I could fix your head. I told him, I said, you weren't around when I was trying. If you were here when I was actually approaching, you would have saw what I did. You weren't here. We're not the same guy. Women do not look at us as the same guy. If you think we're equal, hey, that's great. We're not the same guy. Whatever works for you is not going to work for me. We all know that. I mean, it's a lot of black pill stuff out there. It gets kind of redundant, but, of course, there's truth in there. When you try to show confidence, if you're a below average looking guy like me, it's going to come off creepy. It's going to come off weird. But if you're a good looking guy, then it's going to come off very confident, very smooth, and very alpha. You can't tell unattractive guys to be alpha, bro. And we all see, just like that documentary I did when that guy sent in the donation, Dippin, I still can't know what his name is. No offense if he's listening. The one about the guys who were doing the pickup thing, the seduction one, the guy got arrested. He got put away for running up to girls and, even probably approaching some underage girls and saying, hey, man, it's okay. It doesn't matter if they're underage. It doesn't matter if they're in high school. That's okay. It's just practice. I mean, I'm lucky at all the approaches I've made, even when I was making bold approaches, when I was telling girls I wanted to fuck them, not during the daytime, but at night. I'm lucky. I'm lucky that I didn't get accused of anything or I didn't get arrested or something, because nowadays anything you could do could be considered sexual assault against these cunts. But the reason why I wanted to bring up this whole negativity thing is because in our reality, we're not negative. In our reality, we're just trying to be as honest as possible and just accept things. Now, like I said, like the whole "it's over" thing. Like, everyone says, "Oh, it's over for men." Is it actually over for us? No, in a sense that we know if we lower our standards very low and we date some fucking troll or something, sure, you're gonna end up with some woman you're very unhappy with. So it may not be over, but as far as us having options and leeway to date women we want, I mean, I realized this when I was a young guy. I was like 19, 20 years old. And I was going around the mall. Like I said, I wasn't in college yet. My parents wouldn't help me pay for it. I wasn't going to clubs yet. I wasn't old enough. And I would go to malls to meet girls, me and this dude. And I thought to myself, hey, these girls I'm approaching, they're not that attractive. They're like average looking at best. There's no way guys are asking them out. I should do okay. And of course, I didn't know. I just ran up to them and said, hi, you're really cute. What's your number? There was no conversation. There was no game aspect to it. It was just shooting a barrel, one shot kill, very, very quick to the point, which is not going to work unless you look like Paul Jinka, the PUA guy who's 6'3" and he's got like a swimmer's body, and women find him attractive. That guy, tall, Chad looking white guy. But I thought that it was easy. I was like, this is easy. All I got to do is just walk. No one's talking to these girls. No one's asking them out. All I got to do is walk up to them and approach them. That's all I got to do. And I was wrong, of course. It took a year or two to realize, wow. And I realized within a couple of approaches, like, this is going to be trouble for the rest of my life. So the whole point is, in our reality, everyone we talk to about it is going to say, you're so negative. It's your mind. It's confidence. But you get to the point where I wouldn't say you become addicted to it, but it just becomes a lifestyle. Because that's why we call them normies and stuff, because people are not going to understand. You can't talk to women about it for sure. And you can't talk to certain guys about it, especially guys who get laid like crazy, or even guys who do okay, because they think like, once again, they can put their hand on your shoulder like you're God, like they're a god, and they can give you some sort of magical powers, and it just doesn't work. It's up to women to decide. Just like how guys keep rating each other. I mean, one of the things, like I said, I don't like about the black pill is guys are just rating each other all day. It just gets to a point where it's almost gay. Guys are looking at pictures of guys all day, looking at their faces. This guy's a 2, but if you lost weight and toned up, he could be a 5, like they say to me. And this guy's a 3, or this guy's a this. And it's at a point where it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we're 2, 3. Most of us are just not, attractive enough. Most of us are average, below average looking. And even for fat girls, even for girls who we probably don't even want that bad, and we'll look at us and go, he's okay, but I could do better. So it sounds like we're being really, really negative, and there is a lot of negativity, but that's just what the community is. It's just really accepted. Said, I'm not going to bitch and moan and cry. People think, oh, you're bitching and complaining. I'm like, I don't, all those videos I put on my channel, I put them out at the time, but I was speaking from a standpoint where it was from years ago. How I went from a guy who was approaching women like crazy for now a guy who pretty much just stays away from women. When I say I stay away from them, I'm doing them a favor. I know women want nothing to do with me unless they need something. If they need directions, like I said, if they need me to take their picture or they need to ask me something, then of course they will acknowledge me as a person because they need something. But I just try to stay away. Like last night I was in a bar. I go out Saturday nights, and I know guys are always like, why do you go out if you're MGTOW? Why do you go out? It's like, once again, I don't have friends. I'm not going to just isolate myself. I'm not just going to, if I stayed, last night was freezing, so if I would have stayed in last night, it would have been fine. I could have just watched some live streamers. I could have just maybe made a video or something. I could have did something, and it would have been fine. I would have got there tonight. But I wanted to have some drinks last night, so I went out. And the bar I was at, this Irish pub, on Saturday nights, they get some, I don't go there every Saturday, but they get some really attractive women, like any other bar, but this one a little bit more. And listen, I mean, if I was talking to that Asian guy, the Cheng guy, he would say, oh my God, look at all these girls in here. But once again, guys like him act like women can't get dick. The way he talks, he acts like women, like they need dick that bad. And if they do need dick that bad, the whole point is they have so many options that they're not just going to go home and fuck some guy like me. Okay? They're not going to go home and go, I need it so bad, I'm just going to fuck some random guy. Like, that's like porn mentality. You know, where the creepy guy's like watching too much porn, and then he decides, hey, I'm going to pull my dick out because like a porno that works, and he doesn't realize that he's an unattractive guy and that it's considered sexual assault. It's kind of like, it's like no girl's going to look at me that way. So, I mean, and if they are looking at me, maybe they're looking at me from a fun aspect, like, hey, I'll dance with that guy or something. But, you know, guys like that, they keep saying, I want to get the guy on the podcast. And even though we've heard it all the black pill stuff, we've heard all the things, the people that debunk us, all the blue pill guys who say, oh, it's all confidence, bro, and it's not over and stuff. I wanted to have the guy on just for that, just to not even goof on him, just because he thinks he can help me. And even if I lose weight, I'm still not that attractive of a guy. I'm certainly better looking. I think we all are if we lose weight and we tone up and stuff. But I'm still never going to be good enough, and I'm fine with that in the sense that I don't want to deal with women anyway. I never wanted the relationship. I never tried to go for a relationship. I always told girls up front I was looking to hook up and stuff. And even girls would tell me, don't say that. That's not going to work. And I said, I don't care if it doesn't work. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to waste my time. I'm looking just for a hookup. I'm looking for, friends with benefits. I'm looking for a one-night stand. I'm not looking for a relationship. And, of course, that turns them off because even if girls are such phonies that even if they are looking for a hookup, even if they are looking for a one-night stand, they're going to sit there and try to lie to guys and say, well, I'm looking for a relationship because they don't want you to judge them once again and say, oh, this guy's going to think I'm a slut, so I'm just going to say, yeah, I'm looking for a relationship when they know deep down they wanted. I even had dates with girls where I asked them what they wanted, and they said they didn't know what they wanted. But then when I told them I wanted to hook up and stuff, they said, oh, never mind, I want a relationship. I said, but you just said a minute ago that you didn't even know what you wanted. Yeah, but I don't want that, though. So, yeah, I'm looking for a relationship. So they're full of shit. If it's a guy they find attractive, they find sex-worthy, then they will fuck them and have a one-night stand and friends with benefits and all that. And they've all done friends with benefits. But then whenever I pitched it to them, they always said no. They said, well, I don't do that anymore. And I think I don't know if you guys saw the video or not. It's on the Cybermonk channel. That channel keeps getting deleted because the guy uses other people's content to prove his point. But there's a video where this black guy, it's a comedy sketch. He takes this black girl out on a date. And it's a really funny sketch. And there's so much truth to it. And she goes, so what do you, and she's into the guy. So she's like, what did you, he's driving her home, whatever. And he's like, what do you think, she says, like, what do you think about a second date? And he said, you want me to be honest? She said, yeah, be honest. He was like, to be honest with you, I don't think there's going to be no second date. And she was like, why? What? I thought we had a good time. He said, no, not really. He's like, you just made me take you out. I spent $140 on a date and everything. Like, how come, you did all this stuff with these other guys? You were hooking up and doing all this other stuff. But then when it comes down to me, I got to take you out and everything. And I got to spend all this money on you. And I got to wine and dine you and stuff just to get some ass. Like, blah, blah, blah. And he just went off on her. Like, of course you do that in real life. I mean, that's amazing to do that. But, the woman's, you can't be honest with them. They say they want honesty, but then when you are honest with them, you're a pig, you're a piece of shit. But it was a really funny sketch. I think you can find it on the Cyberpunk channel. And it's like, that's the way I always felt about dating. I was like, what's the point of this? What's the point of going on dates? Like, either I'm just looking to hook up. I'm not looking. How come every girl I dated, I asked every single one of them, have you ever done the friends with benefits date? They all said yes. They all said yes. But of course, they're not going to do it with me because they didn't find me that attractive. But now they're in a different place in life. So now all of a sudden, they can't do it. So it comes down to shit like that. It's just a waste of time. Every once in a while I get tempted. Not tempted, but you think about it. I don't know if you're like me. You think about maybe I should just pay for it. Maybe I should just go to a hooker and, just for a night. It ain't gonna hurt, get a lap dance, maybe get your dick sucked. But then once again, I think about it, and I went to a hooker once before, and I told my story already. You probably seen the video. And it's just, I don't blame the woman for not being into it. It's a job. It's just fast money. They're not interested in everything. But, you got the chances of getting robbed, robbed in the sense that they're going to try to steal money out of your wallet, or you don't know if she has a pimp or some shit. It's just real sketchy shit, and I mean, if I knew the situation maybe, and I knew like, oh, this is girl and she's this and that and she won't do that, which is rare, then maybe I would do it. But every once in a while I think about it, I go, it's not going to change anything. Even if I pay for it, even if I, come, it ain't going to change nothing. It's still me pretty much thinking the way I do about women, still staying away from them, still leaving them alone. So, end of the day, it's just like, every, guys on my channel all the time tell me to get their passport. Get your passport, man. Go to Mexico, go to Brazil, go to these places. But that's sad, the fact that you have to get on a plane and go 5, 10, 12 hours away just to get a decent hooker. I mean, that really says a lot about the hookers we have in America. Our American hookers are not really patriotic. They need to step up. Because it's like, you have to go that far away to get a decent hooker? That's sad, man. That really is. That sucks. So there's just no point really dealing with them. There's no point even paying for it, because it's just, it's like paid rape kind of, they're doing it, but then it's like they don't want to do it, and, they're going to rush you, and they're not going to, unless, guys on my channel all the time comment on that video, and they go, hey man, you should have went to a better hooker. You went to some $30 black hooker. You should have went to like a top quality hooker. But I go, honestly, I mean, I don't know if it's better. I mean, it sounds better. I go to a hooker who's more attractive, but how do I know she won't treat me like shit too? How do I know she won't rush me? Go, okay, let's go. Hurry up. I got 5 other guys waiting. Let's go. Come on. I don't got all day here. I mean, you don't want to feel rushed. So if you pay more, sometimes you do get better, but sometimes maybe you don't. Depends on the situation, but a hooker's not going to make my life any better. So, like I said, I try to tell guys, no matter how sad it gets, just wrap a towel around your dick. It doesn't have to be a brand new towel. Get an old towel or something, or get a hand towel, or use a sock or something, and just wrap it around your dick and just bust in it and go on with your life. Because just no point dealing with it. Women are useless, and they're not good for really anything else. I know they keep trying to prove that they're other things. They're trying to prove that, there's so much more than just sex, but no matter how much they try to prove that, they set themselves back by just being stupid and just not interested, not funny. Like the Incel podcast I played last week, I agree with a lot what the guy said. The rape part, I mean, listen, I've had guys tell me that before. Like, like I said, this guy Ronnie used to hang out with, he used to tell me all the time, there should be a law where girls have to have sex with us. Like, he used to say that all the time. And it's like, look, it would be nice and all, but even if the girl does have sex with her, she doesn't want to. But hey, if you're cool with that, getting on top of a woman who just lays there, might as well pay for it, which you used to. But at the end of the day, man, it's like, I don't know, this thing, I'm all over the place. I haven't recorded one of these in about 2 weeks. I was supposed to have this guy on the show, Dan Seeley. And I don't know if you guys know who Dan Seeley is. I've done live streams about him. Dan Seeley is a guy, I don't know if he's considered a Chad or not. He's like 6'2", 6'3", white guy. He eats healthy. So I would say maybe he's a Brad, more of a Chad. Probably a Brad, more of a Chad. Brad is like a guy in the middle. I don't know. But he used to go around downtown L.A., and he used to put a video camera, not his cell phone, a handy cam video camera on his face and on girls. He would just run up to them daytime, mostly, every once in a while at night, and he would say, "Hi, I like you. Do you like me?" And he did it so much with dozens and dozens of girls. He got the reputation of being a sexual predator. Then there was guys trying to, fight him. There was guys, there's videos of like a security guard and this meathead guy got at the gym saying, "Hey, leave this fucking girl alone, I'll whip you." Guys trying to, of course, there's also videos of him approaching underage girls, which I think he should totally take down because he says in the video, approaching underage girls. Like, why would you put that up? I mean, you shouldn't even talk to them, let alone put the video up. But he commented on my regular channel because I follow him, and I guess I didn't know he was following me. I don't know if he follows me, but I commented on one of his videos. He said he wants to get back into approaching again. He took a long break because I guess he got a warning or something, or some sort of whatever it's called, a warranty, whatever it's called, a warning not to do it, and then. He commented back and said, "Hey, I saw your live stream video. You said you should come to LA. We could do calls together." And I told him I'm big town, but I said, "Hey, I do a podcast called Pod Jak'd. I got about 200-300 listeners, and I think it'd be really cool if you come on." I said, "I could probably get you more subscribers. I can't promise a lot, but if you only get 50 or something or 25, come on the show." And he said, "Yeah, hit me up on Facebook." He gave me his Facebook like 5 times. I messaged him on there. I even commented back on the video, "Hey, man." I commented on the video. He didn't respond back. And then I wrote him an email from his website, and he didn't write back. So I think it would be a good guest to come on the show, talk about him approaching and why he wants to get back into approaching and stuff. But he's an interesting guy. I mean, he's definitely, everyone says he's a serial killer. They compare him to Buffalo Bill because the way he talks and the way they say he's creepy. But the funny thing is, even though I'm MGTOW, I root this guy on to approach, and the reason why is because the fact that, it's fucked up to say. It's also weird because, like, I have 2 sisters. So if you said to me, "Oh, you think that's funny? Some guy run up to a woman in a video. How would you like it if that was your sister?" And it's like, well, to be honest with you, if that was my sister, yeah, I would feel bad. I would hope someone would help her, but but I think one time this guy was following my sister on the train. He asked what stop she was getting off. And she should have never told him. And he was like going to follow her, and she had to call my dad. And, so guys do creepy shit. But yeah, I wouldn't like it, obviously, if that was my sister. But I think the idea of a guy just running around with a video camera, putting up a girl's face, and just, I don't know, just making them uncomfortable. I'm sorry. It's funny. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's creepy, but it's so cringe. I love it. I used to watch it going, "Oh, fuck." And it just takes a lot of balls to do that. And I don't know, man. I just love it, and I hope Dan Seeley keeps it. So I said that one of his videos. I said, "Dan, you got to keep doing this." And this guy yelled at me, like not yelled at me, but he got like nasty with me. He wrote back. He was like, why are you telling him to do that? What if he ends up in jail? It's not worth it, man. Why don't you go approach?" And I said, well, first of all, I responded, Dan is a grown man, and he's going to do what he wants to do anyway. Second of all I said was, yeah, I would like to see it. I would love it. I would even donate if it was live. That's all I said. He doesn't have to do anything. I don't have power over anybody. I wish I did, but I don't. Nobody's going to do anything I say, nor do I tell people what to do. So just because I had an opinion and I said, "Yeah, man, I think that would be cool, Dan, if you just ran around and you approach girls with a camera," you don't have to get mad at me. Get all like, "Hey, man, don't tell Dan to do that." Like, he's going to do it anyways. Dan Seeley was doing this for months, and then he finally got threatened enough, and I guess so they can't do anything about it because there's videos of cops talking to him. And the law is, and this is in LA, maybe the law is different in other cities, you can record in public as long as it's in private property. But see, the problem was, even when the girls told him not to do it, he would still record. So then he got better, and he got more considerate, and when he was approaching, if the girl said, if he said, "Hey, is it okay if I record you?" 90% of them said no, and then he would take the camera and say, "Okay, it's on my face," even though he already creeped them out and made them uncomfortable. But he obviously is very eager to get back into approaching, and he already has a girlfriend. I think he's dating this older Asian woman. But so I'm not sure why he approaches. I don't think he's doing it for the video But anyways, I would like to have the guy on the show, but I don't know if he's listening or not. But Dan, if you are listening, please come on the show. It's only a half an hour of your time. Can't promise you a ton of subscribers. Hell, you might only gain 5 or 10, but regardless, I would like Dan Silly to come on the show because I've only had one guest on this show, and I don't need guests. I could just ramble like this. But every once in a while, it'd be fun to have a guest on, especially someone actually, I wouldn't say admire, but someone that I watch, someone I like and I watch. So I don't know if Dan Silly's going to do the show. I already wrote him twice, and I'm not going to write him again. I don't think he wants to do the show. I just think maybe, I don't know if it's because I told him I'm MGTOW, or it's because he probably just doesn't want to do it. But he invited me to come to LA, and I told him, I said, I mean, who knows? Maybe this year I might take a trip to LA. I'm going to save the money up right now. But if I do, I told him, I'll hold a camera for you, but I'm not going to approach any girls. I'm done with approaching girls. I spent almost my whole 20s chasing girls. Literally, I was exhausted. Literally running after girls, chasing them, following them around, which sounds creepy. Follow them around malls. I used to, just to talk to them, and I did all that stuff. And I even thinking about it sometimes, I go, man, I'm tired. So I certainly wouldn't approach any of them. But I would certainly hold a camera for him and like to make videos and collab with the guy. But I don't know if I would ever get to LA. I have the money for it, but not sure if I want to keep stacking or I just want to take some trips yet. We'll see. I don't know. But anyways, this podcast is all over the place. It's a random thought type of show. So to wrap this up, it's like a Jerry Springer final thought. My final thought is, I can't do a Jerry Springer impression. But pretty much it's, listen, we can be very negative. And when you accept the fact that you're a loser, it's like you want that. Sometimes, yeah, you're just so negative that you want your excuse. You want your excuse. You're just like, look, I just want to give up. I'm a fucking loser. Leave me alone. But at the end of the day, I understand why. I understand. I know where it comes from, and you can't talk to certain people. You can't talk to a 6'5" mixed Asian bouncer who has no problem getting laid. You can't talk to Andre Iguodala about money. You can't talk to Leonardo DiCaprio about getting laid. You can't talk to Derek Jeter about getting laid. Or even Pete Davidson, who I said before, I don't judge men on their looks, but I think he looks weird. He looks like a tweaker. And that guy, he's just fucking every hole in Hollywood. He's just running through them. But, as I said, end of the day, it's just, we have our views, we have our thoughts, and we believe them, we stick to them. And maybe sometimes we go too far with them in a sense that we can change and we can go back. We can go back and try harder, but it's just a matter if you don't want to try and you just give up and say, I'm done. And it may not be over, but it is in a sense that once again that we know the end result. Just like me. If I started next week, I'm going to get back into PUA and I'm going to start approaching girls and stuff, I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to waste the very few energy I do have, I'm going to waste talking to them. I'll get phone numbers because girls give their number out to anybody, and then I'm lucky if they even text me back, and then it's just a waste of time, and then I end up going to a fat black hooker for $30 and getting money stolen out of my wallet. So, folks, and then flushing my condom in a toilet that has poop inside there. Black girl duty. So, folks, that is it. That is it. This episode was all over the place. I have recorded one. It's going to be like a bi-weekly show from now on, unless I, really start getting guests and stuff. Which I don't even try to do, because I really don't hit guys up and ask them and stuff. But anyways, thanks for listening, and you all just got Jak'd.